This official state of New Jersey complaint summons outlines a serious list of offenses stemming from a June 4, 2026 incident. The defendant faces heavy charges: riot, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct, right in the city of Newark. This is Eyes on Ice Investigates, the series where we take the facts, look closer, and break them down. The official narrative presented by law enforcement is straightforward. A dangerous mob spontaneously formed near a local facility, posing an immediate threat to public safety and requiring rapid police intervention. But a close reading of the state's own documentation reveals a glaring omission. In dealing with this supposed mob, police completely bypassed standard public safety protocols and made absolutely no attempt to de-escalate the situation. The state's records indicate that rather than intervening to prevent an incident, law enforcement monitored the group until a specific set of conditions allowed for a full tactical deployment. Docket number 0714S2026006746 provides a detailed look at how these high-level arrests are actually constructed on paper. This affidavit of probable cause details how police tracked the group down a deserted street toward Delaney Hall. The document then states, "One of the NPD undercover detectives advised us, confirming Newark police were already embedded inside the group." If embedded undercover officers were present alongside the group during the planning phase of lighting a dumpster on fire, it creates a serious question of intent. It becomes ambiguous whether the civilians or the embedded state agents actually proposed the illegal act. By choosing to remain undercover rather than issuing a warning to disperse, the police bypassed standard de-escalation methods, allowing the situation to progress toward property damage. This deliberate failure to intervene early allowed police to manufacture the legal justification needed to call in Essex County SWAT for a preemptive raid. Following the arrests, police inventoried the suspects' belongings. Among the seized evidence were common items: a black face mask, a pair of black goggles, and 2 standard consumer-grade black walkie-talkies. Standing alone, these are ordinary, legally owned items. However, in court documents, prosecutors rhetorically reframe them into a criminalized operational kit to substantiate severe felony riot charges. This methodology of state infiltration and subsequent escalation is not a localized anomaly restricted to a single department in New Jersey. It is a well-documented standard operating procedure. This declassified FBI memorandum shows that during the 1970s, federal informants operating under the COINTELPRO program pushed activist groups toward illegal acts to justify large-scale crackdowns. During the 2007 Montebello protests in Canada, masked undercover police were caught operating as agents provocateurs directly inside the demonstration line. And during the 2008 Republican National Convention protests, state assets embedded in crowds justify aggressive, preemptive tactical sweeps by heavily armed riot police. The Newark docket perfectly mirrors this historical blueprint. By embedding inside a group and waiting for a pretext, law enforcement weaponizes the concept of intent, transforming public observers into high-level felony suspects. To understand why these tactics are deployed, we have to look away from the mechanics of the arrest and focus on the physical location the SWAT team was sent to protect. Delaney Hall is one component of a regional network of privately operated detention facilities, part of an extensive corporate infrastructure. When police conduct these embedded operations, the primary objective is rarely about preventing minor property damage to a dumpster. The goal is narrative control and mass deterrence. By aggressively applying severe felony charges like riot and criminal mischief, the state effectively neutralizes public observers, entangling them in expensive, time-consuming legal battles. This tactical overreaction physically clears the streets and legally prevents organized scrutiny anywhere near the perimeter of these sites. Law enforcement's architecture of entrapment ultimately serves as a protective buffer, shielding private, profit-driven detention facilities like Delaney Hall from democratic transparency and civilian oversight.